Hey, it's Veronica. Thank you for being here on Patreon. It's our December wisdom. So let's anchor. I want to anchor us with one of the Koshi chimes. So put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. We anchor in our body and our breath. And close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If not, just focus, right in front of you, soft gaze. And we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and this circular dance of the inhalation and exhalation that literally tells our nervous system, we're calming now. And the anchor brings us presence. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I call those my fairy chimes. They sound like fairies. So welcome, welcome, welcome to December. Now, I began with the theme of love, giving and receiving, but I actually want to shift to also joy. Because the kids at school, that's the theme for the month is joy. And I thought, how perfect. And the great master teacher told us to be as little children in our joy. Now, I have to just share that I had the most exquisite experience with the sunset. I'm literally sitting here, and I just had a conversation with a friend of mine who experienced the sudden loss of a very dear friend of his and prayer partner. And I'd been watching the light with the tree outside my balcony. I call this my treehouse casita. And so I knew there was something magical in the air. While we were talking, I'm bearing witness to what he's experiencing and just the sadness and the grief. And then suddenly after the conversation, I'm just checking things online and what am I going to watch tonight and just hang out. And there was this almost like this knock, knock, knock of light. And I turned around and I screeched. I'm like, oh my God. It was so stunning. Like literally my window was glowing. So I got my phone and my camera and I went to my balcony and tried to capture pictures. But what I noticed was present with my own eyes, I could not grasp with the camera what I was experiencing. Literally the whole place. It actually looked like a Himalayan salt lamp. I said it looked like sherbet, orange sherbet, but it looked like a glowing Himalayan salt lamp. I mean, orange, brilliant, bold. It was like breathtaking. It was visceral. Like I could feel the light. I could feel the light. I could touch the light. I could taste the light. And I then went and got my purse and I ran downstairs. Actually, no, I ran downstairs, took some pictures, then came up, got my purse, and then ran to the lake. And got to the lake just a little too late, but I still had this edge of like pink lemonade in the sky and the ducks and the pelicans rippling in the lake. And it brought me such joy to see such beauty. It was exquisite. It was beyond words. And the photographs didn't capture the true essence of it. And that's what joy is. It's very challenging to capture the true essence of joy in writing, even in song or beautiful photographs. It is a visceral experience in the moment that is indescribable. And it really is about being present, fully engaged, and embodied with it. Now, I take photographs because I want to share with people to inspire them into the beauty and the wonder and awe of the divine. That's why I do it. And sometimes it's a bit of a challenge between, can I just be in this moment, which I've had many where I was just simply present and I didn't take photographs or maybe just one, or do I take some photographs to try to share with others? So joy, what brings you joy? What ignites joy within you? It's an internal experience. And the season of light and love tends to bring this upon us. I'm sorry, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm always playing with my bangs, so let's just keep this real, all right? But the season of joy and love is the season of our true identity, as they call it, the Christ consciousness. Not just the incarnation of the Christ, but the Christ consciousness, the awareness of the presence that is so powerful and palpable, that lives and moves and has its being in through it as all of life, as my life, your life, all of life. So what ignites you in the moment to experience and embody joy? What brings you to that sacred space where there's a gap between the thoughts and you can simply be present? Have you ever just sat there with your Christmas tree? I would always do it when I would be at my mom's house, mom and dad's house, and Pop's house. And I would just sit at the tree and I would just gaze at the lights. Just the way that I gaze at a campfire. And there's just something about being in that moment. There's a recognition, there's an inner peace that is evoked in that moment. And then the music comes on, and there's just a deep abiding joy. Because in that moment, peace is present. In that moment, love is present. In that moment, joy is present. And even though we live in a world where there is so much chaos and separation, that false notion of power from all angles, all areas, all places and people, what if we all just tapped into that innate joy? Like a blazing sunset, or the laughter of my kindergartners or first graders at school, who are just, they had the wiggle giggles, and it was so contagious and infectious. And that really became the lesson, just to be present to it, just to allow it to happen and to feel it. And the teachers just went along with me because it was just like, this was so pure and so perfect. And so there is a lot that is happening. There's loss. Like I said, my friends, deep loss. I've had losses this year. The last 2 years have been challenging with grief. And yet there's this joy not only of a sunset, or the laughter of a baby, or laughter of my nieces and nephews, or conversations with my mother or friends, but just the joy of being present to the divine, present to the moment, present to what is available to me, not what it is that I need and seek, the worry of what's next, but the joy of the moment that my heart is being touched. It is being played like a harp by these intimate moments with the divine, the infinite presence that is love. So the invitation is to find joy even in the midst of the deepest darkness, to find a glimmer of light even if it's coming through a crevice, to be that light in the most challenging of times, to bear witness to truth and joy and love so that no one steals that from you, no one can take it from you, and to allow your light to shine in the world. I love you. I thank you for being here. I'll add one of the photographs or two, but like I said, it doesn't do any justice for that sunset. And if you could feel the ripples of the laughter of the children, it is so healing. And then to be able to be that for them, that safe space for them. One of my classes, before I end, one of my classes, third grade, I took outside. There's a park next to the school with a lot of trees. So the school itself has a very bland playground and not a lot of space. And I keep envisioning more trees. But right next door, and you have to go around because there's a fence, there's all these trees and the cascading colors of the golden and saffron and crimson and pumpkin. And it was just stunning. Even sweet potato leaves. And so the girls got to go pick a tree, walk around, notice the colors, notice the bark, notice the sights and the sounds and the smells. I just said, don't do taste. Don't lick the tree. And it was phenomenal to listen to their experiences, their detailed experiences of their moments of joy as a butterfly would come by, as leaves cascaded right when they arrived. And it was that simple gift that not only made their day, but actually made my day, to be able to be present to that. So find joy in the depths of the winter that we're entering, because the light is within. It is your very beingness. And when you need that extra support, remember, I'm here. Surround yourself with people who are the light in your life. And let joy be that effervescent, like bubbly water, Pellegrino of your day. I thank you for being here. In whatever way you celebrate the light, I celebrate it with you. And you have a magnificent day.